few couples from this last episode. First, starting off with Savannah and Bradley. We were introduced to some of Bradley's friends and family that we haven't met yet in this last episode. We got to meet his sister, Caddy, and this is like his BFF. And I actually reported when Savannah and Bradley first came onto the show about this article, and I thought this was originally about Bradley's sister Alyssa, the sister we met prior, but this is actually about his sister that we met on this last episode. Back in 2022, she's arrested after they had a police pursuit, and she was going 77 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone. The police tried to pull her over. She sped off, and she ended up getting into a wreck after going over 100 miles per hour, and she had a baby in the back seat. And this was like allegedly one of numerous DUIs. I think it's safe to say Bradley's not the only troublemaker in his family at one point, and this was the car afterwards. It's a miracle that they survived that crash. But let's get into this episode. So Bradley was just chilling with Savannah. Savannah was doing her makeup, getting ready to go to Bradley's welcome home party. And Bradley's just sitting there and he's browsing through his phone and texting one of his homeboys. And she's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he said, "I'm texting so-and-so." And she's like, "Dude, you can text him later. Put your freaking phone down." And she snapped on him. Like, she was pissed that he was sitting there looking at his phone. And I don't know, like, I think it's a little too much and a little too soon to be micromanaging like that. Like, I understand, like, if you're filming, like, if I'm on a show, I'm surprised the producers didn't say anything to him for being on his phone, because you would think that they would want him to be off his phone and be as much in the moment as possible. Like, it seems like we've been seeing a lot of inmates this season on their phones between JK and Bradley, and then Julius when he was sitting on the bed with Ashley. Bradley was not feeling that. He's feeling like Savannah's trying to control her. And then they ended up getting dressed and going to this welcome home party. And Bradley had all his friends and family there, but Savannah was hella nervous because Alyssa was going to be there. Even though it seems like they made progress from the episode before this last one with Alyssa, you just never know with Alyssa. She's a loose cannon, and you just never know what you're going to get that day. And Savannah is also nervous about meeting Bradley's sister, Caddy. I hope I'm saying that right. I think it's Caddy, because she's Bradley's BFF and like his ride or die. If you go to Bradley's Instagram, like half of his Instagram is pictures and videos with his sister. They are so freaking close. So Savannah goes off to have a drink with Alyssa, and Bradley takes his sister Caddy to the side. And Caddy's like, "Well, how have things been going?" And he's like, "Well, they're going." This man told his sister, "Well, Savannah's being controlling. I was trying to be on my phone before we came here. She snapped off on me and told me to get off my effing phone. She's acting controlling, and I don't like it." And I get it. You're trying to get some things off your chest and vent to your sister. But what I didn't like is the fact that he's only bringing up this one small part and making it sound like that's how their whole relationship has been like since he's been out of prison. Like, I know he's only been out for a few days, but it seems like up until right before this party, things have been going great. Seems like he's been happy. They hooked up. They've been laying up in the bed with the dog. And he just brings up this one fight and is making it sound like they're fighting nonstop, or she's like this 24/7. And I don't agree with Savannah micromanaging Bradley in that moment, but I don't like how he's only bringing up that one small part and leaving the rest out, unless they edited out some of the parts where he did say, "Oh, well, we had some good times. She did this for me and this for me." And maybe that's why Caddy feels the way she does, because maybe she's only getting one side from Bradley and he's just bringing up the parts that are bad, because maybe low-key he doesn't want this relationship to work. Like, if you're going to tell the story, tell the whole story. And then once Bradley was done talking to his sister Caddy and Savannah went off to the side to have a conversation, and things were very tense, to say the least. They were awkwardly trying to compliment each other to try to start off on a good foot, but you could tell that neither one of them liked each other one bit, and they just straight up got to the point. They're like, but Savannah was like, well, I hear you don't like me and you don't think I'm good for Bradley. And she's like, well, I heard you're controlling. And Savannah was so confused because she's like, well, how am I controlling Bradley? I mean, he can leave anytime he pleases. It's not like I'm locking him in my basement. And Caddy got pissed. She's like, girl, do not be a smartass with me. And Savannah was like, but how am I controlling him though? Caddy said, look, Bradley said you're being controlling. And as long as he keeps telling me you're being controlling, I'm going to continue to not like you. And Savannah was like, I just wish you would give me a chance. It just seems like you have your mind made up about me already. And Caddy was like, I'm done with this conversation. And she stormed at the bar. From the way I've seen these two interact, I think that it's just best that they're cordial, but they just don't talk to each other because it just seems like they're not going to get along no matter how much they try. And I feel like if they do, eventually things are just going to hit its head and they're going to blow up, and I feel like it's going to be real bad. Now let's just talk about Courtney and Will real quick. So Courtney had to go to another, I guess, like PO's office or somewhere. She had to go and check in because she had a warrant in that county, and they ended up letting her go. They didn't arrest her, and then she got in the car with Will and her mother, and she's in the car with Will, and she's talking about, oh, I can't wait to give me some penis and pizza. And all she could talk about is penis and pizza right in front of her mom. And her mom was just sitting in the back looking so disgusted. Like, this is not my daughter right now. I'm sure she's ready for some penis and pizza, but I don't think she's ready for everything Will has in store for her. I don't think she's ready for some penis, pizza, butt plugs and ropes and all that other BS he brought with him. God knows what else he has in his little backpack that he didn't show off. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if he had himself a little Courtney Jr. like Deontay had of Nicole. So they end up getting in the car, and Courtney's ready to go to the hotel because she wants to shower, eat, and then get her little freak on. But Will has other plans. It's freaking raining. Nobody wants to be outside. But Will is adamant that he wants to go see the world's biggest Christmas tree. And Courtney was like, no, hell no. What the hell is this? I'm dirty. I want to wash this prison stank off me. But Will was like, no. We have to see the Christmas tree. And she's like, no, dude, let's do this later. And even the mom was like, no. Because the mom knew what Will was trying to do. He was trying to propose to her. And the mom was like, dude, Courtney said she doesn't want to go. Let's go and let her get a shower. And I think even the mom was thinking, like, if she's going to get proposed to, at least let her look and feel cute and not smell like freaking prison. But no, Will wasn't going to respect that. He had in his mind that he wanted to propose to her as soon as possible. So he just pulled up on the Christmas tree, dragged her out, got on one knee, proposed, and she actually said yes. And to my surprise, she actually started breaking down in tears. At first, I thought these were like miserable tears, like what the hell did I just do? But then I realized that they actually seemed like happy tears, like she was excited and looking forward to her future with Will. And I will say, like, she was surprising me this episode. Like, she was joking around with Will, all excited to get some of his penis. And I'm like, damn, girl. Like, either you're a really good actress or you may actually like Will a lot more than I thought you did. But after she got engaged to Will, the producers took her aside and they're like, okay, so do you really see Will as the guy that you're going to spend the rest of your life with? Because just a minute prior, she's like, yeah, back in the day, I wouldn't even look twice at Will. And then she's like, well, I don't know, we'll see. Which you could just tell she is not confident in the fact that she may be with this man forever. Honestly, I just think Courtney's young and she's not thinking into the future. She's being impulsive and just thinking for today and living day by day. And I just have a feeling she's going to keep Will around while the cameras are around. But as soon as this filming's done or about to wrap up, I feel like she's going to kick him to the curb. I feel like she's just keeping him around right now because he looks good on paper, so she may not have to go to a halfway house. And she is able to get on this show and be on this show, and it looks like he makes some pretty good money. But it does look like they're getting a pretty big blow up later on this season from the trailer I saw in this last episode. I'm just very curious to see how these two end up working out in the end. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.